Yeah, I've seen that behind the bush trailer here. I can pull it up. You guys want to see it? It's pretty good. Hold on. Let me find it real quick.
But we're gonna prepare them. My motto.
It is time.
If thought jumps down.
It is time to get into the Challengers final.
There was some talk of a roster change after Paris.
I feel like it should not be like on the two oldest guys on the fucking team to have like the most passion.
Do they all hate each other? No, I wouldn't say hate. I would say just it's not major one. It's not major one.
God. I'm legit calling out what we should do, and you guys aren't listening to it.
This is probably the most pissed I've been all year.
Who the fuck are you talking to, Crawler, mate? Shit, fuck.
I mean, those kids are fucking awful. Both of those kids that got up, they're fucking literally nobodies.
So stop fucking talking like, oh, these guys are shitters. No, they're not. They're fucking better than you. That's for sure.
You win a match, you don't fucking talk back to nobody, nothing.
With past Bush teams, I've been like, they'll get out of this. They'll make the losers run. Like right now, I'm kind of like, it could be Birmingham all over again, top 8. Who knows?
We shouldn't be getting like checked out of the whole tournament because of like a 30-minute server delay.
This team has no backbone. This team has no ice. The guys don't trust each other, and they're nervous.
Why can't we help him with his scrim?
Guys are left to the bush chocolate.
I don't want someone who's not in charge of me and has no authority over me to treat me like he's the CEO of the company.
Not what you want to hear when you just forked over about 20 grand to send him to Vegas.
Should we do the seashells, you think? Seashell live stream?
Seashell live stream. I also think this graphic is kind of cool at the end. The little Vegas graphic. I mean, it's gonna be more like a shit show on their team because there was a lot of infighting at the end of this, right? There was, you know, the owners being upset at the players, and Don being upset at the players, the Sass and Austin beef, the Mook and Austin beef. There's so much that went on the last couple of weeks with this fucking team. So yeah, I'll be curious. Wait, Carrie, you saying in terms of like you saying like the next group of 18-year-olds? Yeah, I think this last class was good. I think this next class, I'm sure there'll be some people that poke through. I'm sure we'll find a couple of people we don't know. There are going to be quite a few rooks that I think get on squads for this season. I think Ethan and DK are probably both in. I think Vic's probably in. There'll probably be 2 others. So I have to say there's probably 4 to 5 rooks that I think probably. Yeah, Yusuf is nowhere close to 18, bro. It's gonna be a minute until Yusuf gets called up. But yeah, I'm gonna record in a sec. I'm gonna do my kind of group video. I'm gonna do my group video. Just to make sure this fucking works. There we go. Probably that. That'd be pretty low top 4. I'm gonna record this in a sec. What I'm doing is I'm putting up my EWC video first. Nah, Yusuf, well, bro, Yusuf, big good business decision for Yusuf. First off, Yusuf is a huge cog grinder. He's also like fucking 16. Actually, no. Not even. I think he's 15. He's gonna listen. He's gonna get picked up pretty quick. It's gonna be a minute though. What's good, Dyer? Con 3 years will definitely still be around. I mean, look, I think this season, we didn't talk about this, but like, bruh, this season has had like very consistent interest in viewership. So like, I think, I mean, I don't think peak's a great stat, but like, there's a lot of really good outside of NA growth in the league. From talking to owners, MTX sales were very good this year across the board for most of the teams. I think the one thing that everybody wants that the league needs to figure out is that there are a bunch of sponsor categories that are restricted that I think there's a lot of interest in, specifically the sort of, the picks related category, the Pine Park category, the alcohol category, that really want to get in, and like actually the league's got to soften their stance on that. But I think like looking at what I've heard for next year, which is I really think that they're rethinking the online portion of the league. They're trying to do a more longer preseason this year, and I've heard kind of an update on where we're going to for events, and like it's going to be another really good calendar year for events. So like I think what'll be really interesting to me is after next season, what does the league do to address the 12 team problem, and like do they want to bring in 4 more slots? Do they want to go to like a +4 model? Because getting to 16 will help, and I think that by the end of next year there'll probably be one of the 12 franchises like that are like not really trying left. And I think we'll be in a better spot to like address that question. More than 6 lands next year? I think if we're counting EWC, I think yes. I think there's a good chance that we have more than 6. There's a good chance. We'll see. I would say maximum we're going to probably get is like if the preseason starts in, say, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I think we'll get probably like 7 and 10 months. But keep in mind, I'm also counting like the starting in preseason. So if you realistically start in December, it's like 7 and 9 months, which is pretty good. I don't think viewership will nosedive. I think there's no shot. I think there's too much consistent interest in NA. I think MENA, everyone I talk to in MENA is like, bruh, it's getting bigger and bigger. I think the one market that really disappointed me this year from a engagement and viewership perspective is the Spanish market. I didn't really hear a lot of buzz coming out of Spain this year. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but the French fans were crazy. We're going to see them again in a couple of days. I think the market that'd be really, the areas I think would be really interesting next for COD is Eastern Europe. I think Eastern Europe, Poland, like the CSE markets, right? The CSE Eastern European markets would be really interesting. I think Scandinavia is a little too PC right now, but like, I think going to Eastern Europe, going to Northeastern Europe, like that would be another area of non-English speaking fans that we could tap into. And then obviously South America, but South America is a little bit harder for a number of reasons. Yeah, Chris, but here's what's interesting to me is like, a lot of the Eastern European orgs are keeping their eyes on COD. They're thinking about it. Because there's no competition. If they were to come in, they could make a play and really own the pipeline in those regions because no one else is going to really swerve in that lane. So we'll see. We'll see. It is like there's a lot of every year I hear chatter about it, but I don't really think they'll like your Navis or anyone like that. There's a couple of those orgs that are thinking about it. I don't think any of them have like really put together a strategy. I think it's more just casual at this point. Like we'll get in at the right time. South American event. I mean, we need South American players and South American interests. But I think at some point, yeah, I know Activision wants to make it happen. It's just for a number of reasons we haven't expanded to South America. I think at some point we will. But right now, the three regions, which are Western Europe, NA, and MENA, is like a pretty good start. I think the problem is those categories. I gotta be honest with you, the endemic sponsors don't have money, and those other groups do. And the economics of bringing those groups in would help the scene tremendously. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of unfortunate how the market works. Like those categories, even when you're gonna watch pro sports, you're gonna watch the NFL starting in the second week of September, and you're gonna realize how much those categories are even in the NFL. Like they're the ones that have money. What's the Prime League? Oh, I see what you're talking about. I don't know why you DM that to me though. It's typed in chat. The sponsorships, no. The teams, well, I mean, it depends. If it's a league sponsor, then yeah, it goes through the publisher, EFG, shit like that. But if it's like a team thing, as long as it's not a restricted category, like the league doesn't give a shit. No. All right, I'm gonna do my EWC prediction video. So, I'm gonna get our groups. I'm about to record a video and talk about this. So I'm recording this video chat for my channel. So, if you guys sub or whatever, I'll show you out in between takes. But I need to get this done, so we're gonna rip this real quick. 1, 2, test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. There's the EWC video. What? My mic over here a little bit. What's up, guys? Ben here, bringing you another video today. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but we're going to start ramping up the YouTube content, and we're starting this week with my EWC preview video. I'm heading off to Paris. I'm recording this on Monday morning. I'm heading off to Paris in a few hours. Shout out to EWC. They're bringing me, Tommy, and Z out to do watch parties. I think Aroma's going to be there. Almanaj going to be there. Obviously, some of the Jumpmates guys will be there. So really excited to see the squad, and we'll obviously be vlogging that. But I want to get my predictions video out, give you my thoughts on the event, who I think will make it out of groups, who will win the event, who will get second, third, blah, blah, blah. So let's dive into our last event this season. I think it's going to be a banger. All right, so this is a bit of an interesting event format if you've really been following the $1.8 million tournament that is Esports World Cup. It is a 16-team tournament, so we've had 4 Challengers teams qualify in. OMIT EU, P7, and Team War all qualified in via placing top 3 at Challengers Champs. And the Pit EU, which is an interesting squad with Mythics and F.dot and them. They actually won the LCQ yesterday. So they are the last team to make it in. So these are the official groups in pods. I'm going to explain here in a sec how this works for the event. So in pod 1 in Group A, you got FaZe, Toronto, Carolina, and the Pit EU. And pod 2 in Group A is Gentlemates, G2, Minnesota, C9, and OMA EU. Just keep in mind, I have all the teams listed here as they are by the CDL orgs. But if you watch a broadcast, a lot of the marketing, they're going to use the parent orgs for a number of these teams. So I didn't really want to update the website for that. I'm lazy. It's fine. And then in Group B, you got Optic, Thieves, Boston, and Timor. That's the first pod. And Falcons, Miami, Vancouver, and P7 in the second pod. So the way this group stage works is it's a little bit confusing. Is the pods are basically kind of like mini double elimination brackets, but there's a twist. So let's say you win your first match. So FaZe and Pit EU, Toronto versus Carolina. Let's say that Toronto and FaZe win. Those two teams will play each other, and the winner qualifies and gets out of pod 2 and 0. The team that loses that game will then play the team from the other pod that loses and wins. So in that example I just gave you, let's say, like I said, I've had FaZe and Toronto winning those first matches in their pod. Let's say for the sake of it, I have OMA EU losing to Gentlemates and C9 losing to G2. And then I have OMIT beating C9. Then Toronto and OMIT will play each other in the crossover group on the team that win-loss from one pod and lost one from the other pod. And obviously vice versa as well will get played to determine the other two teams that go 2-1. So one team from each pod comes out 2-0. Another team comes out 2-1, and anyone 1-2 or 0-2, well, they're going home. They're going to make good money, but they're not going to make it out of groups. Now, the only other thing to keep in mind is that there's a little bit of a weird wrinkle with this tournament. On Friday night, there's going to be a group draw for the bracket. And the way it's going to work, and it's a little confusing, is that the teams that have the two highest seeds of the 2-0 teams, right? Because it's going to be 4 pods, 4 winners of the pods. The 2 teams that played the best in the group stage will be able to pick their opponent from the other group that went 2-1. So there's kind of hard, like there isn't a straight bracket draw, and the way that this tool works, the way that the visual bracket you see on my screen is, I assumed, for the sake of the projection, that the 2 highest seeds would pick the team they had the most highest chance to win against. There's just an element of unknown here because we're not really sure who the top 2 seeds are going to be, and it's not really sure who they're going to pick to be on their first match in the bracket. And then the bracket is best of 7s in a single limb format up until finals, which is the best of 9, and there will be a third place game, and that will be a best of 7. So that is the format. I don't think it's that confusing, but it'll be a lot of content, and it's a 5-day event. I'm flying there today. The tournament starts on Wednesday, so that's crazy. What's good, Scott? Sorry about your boys yesterday. Yeah, I did watch LCQ. Sorry about your boys yesterday. They made it pretty deep, though. All right, so let me give you my predictions for the groups. So off the bat, let me try to pick the teams that go 2-0 in each pod. I think it's a bit straightforward. I think only one of them has potential upset. I think FaZe will walk their pod. I think the Pit EU boys obviously play pretty good at the LCQ, but I just don't think they're going to have enough to beat FaZe. And then FaZe have had a great record against Toronto and Carolina this year, so I just don't see them faltering on this side of the pod. Gentlemates is a bit more interesting. They play OMID EU first game, and Ethan and DK and them, your winner of Challengers champs, even though they almost completely tossed. I think those guys are very talented, but it's going to be a very, very pro Gentlemates crowd. And I'm not quite sure if the OMID EU boys are going to be able to really deal with that environment. So I have them losing to Gentlemates. I have G2 being C9 because I think C9, even with picking up Gwyn, I think they're still terrible. And that leaves us with Gentlemates G2, which is an interesting match. But the last time we saw it, G2 got whomped. And even though Ben Beans has joined the G2 side, I think Gentlemates have enough to get past that group. So I got Gentlemen. So again, I won't be surprised if G2 get the upset. I think the upset as far as seeding is in this Group B situation, because with Thieves getting top 8 champs, kind of put them in the situation where they're in the same group as Optic, and I think both teams will beat their first round opponents. Don't think Boston will give Thieves much trouble, and same with Team War for Optic. Do Thieves show up against Optic? They could, but they could also play terrible like they did at Champs. I got Optic winning this, but again, this is the group where I really won't be surprised if Thieves actually show up and want to win this one. Them beating Optic wouldn't really shock anyone, so that would be the other 2-0 team. And then we get to Pod 2, and I think Falcons looked really good at Champs. And I don't really think Miami or Vancouver really showed out well the last couple events. And P7's pretty good squad, but I don't think they've got the consistent slaying to deal with Falcons in that first match. Could Miami frustrate Falcons? I don't really see it in the head-to-heads. I think Falcons have been decent this year, so I think Falcons win that. But this is where it gets interesting, which is trying to predict the 2-1 teams on both sides. Now, it gets pretty interesting with the B side. I think A is a bit more straightforward to me as far as how we'll play out. So the way I first see the groups playing out is that Toronto beats Carolina, FaZe beats PDU, G2 beats Omit, and then G2 beats, Paris beats Omit, and G2 beats C9. So that sets up this Toronto Omit EU matchup. And I personally think that with the way that Toronto has been playing, I think that Omen have a chance. Now, Toronto's a weird team in this tournament because I think there's some real like last dance energy in that team, but I just don't think the slaying versus the potential players that might replace people on Toronto and Omen U is going to be enough for Toronto. I really worry about their search, and I think Omen U actually win that one. So that would be one side. The other one then would be the lose-lose team. So that's Carolina or Pity U versus would be so that would be so then the other side I need to predict then, would be probably G2, because I have G2 losing to Gentlemates versus like Carolina or the Pity U. I think G2 beat whoever comes out of that side. I don't think the Carolina changes would Nox move the needle, although we'll see. Maybe Nox pops off at this event. Is a real surprise. And the PEU guys played okay at the event, but I think Ben and them do enough to advance. So I have it kind of that way, with FaZe and Gentlemates getting the 2-0 in Group A, and then G2 and Omit advancing through on the A side. DB Rocks, I appreciate the 2 months. All right, so then let's do the other side. So I have Thieves and Optic winning their side, and then Optic beating Thieves. That would leave Thieves, in my mind, playing either Vancouver or P7, because I think Miami and Falcons win those. And I think Thieves handle whoever that is. So I don't really need to overthink that one. I think Thieves will just kind of cruise and get the second seed. But then is where it gets interesting, because I think Miami lose to Falcons, and then they have to play Boston or Team War. And this one's a real toss-up. I don't think Team War will be Boston. I think that one Team War will come up just short. But like, do I trust Boston enough with Marcus and them to beat that like struggling Miami team? I think Miami will do just enough. I've been going back and forth on this, like thinking about it all weekend. I think Miami will just squeak by on Friday to get into this one, but I will not be surprised if Boston ends up being like the 4th team that gets out of this. So I had the 1st and 2nd seeds in this one getting out, but it's mostly because Vancouver, P7, or like, I don't really see it with those teams, where I think the other side is a bit more interesting. So these are your then 4 teams that would advance to the bracket. Now, this is what my model is predicting, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. But if you go to CDL Tools, which will have a link in the chat, you can make your own prediction. Now, again, as a reminder for this video, so at this point then the teams would draw their opponents based on their best chance to win. So that's not necessarily how it's going to play out in real life. I don't really know what, say, the top seeds will pick. We don't even know what the top seeds will be. So just keep in mind my like bracket prediction is purely for the video, because there's a bit of a weird element into the format of this. So let's go match by match. Again, single and bracket best of 7s going into a best of 9. We'll start with FaZe versus Miami. Now, this has been the bogey team for FaZe for now a year and a half. But Miami are playing terrible COD. FaZe are, I think, coming in with confidence. And I have a feeling they'll win this one. I think Miami might give them a little bit of trouble. But in the best of 7, I think FaZe's strengths and will finally get over this one, the Miami hump. And then I think they'll do just enough to get by to the semis over the Miami Heretics, who I think then will go into the offseason. That'll be the next video. I don't really know what Miami's going to do next year. That's going to be interesting. Then we get to some bangers. I'm telling you right now, if this is like our groups and these matchups, man, this Saturday is unbelievable. Gentlemen versus Thieves. There's a lot to talk about in this matchup because 1, Thieves played terrible at champs. 2, Gentlemen might take some of these Thieves players next year. 3, I mean, Joe was on Thieves. There's a lot of like, revenge, former teammate, like kind of stuff thing going on. So I'm going to go with the Gentleman's upset on Thieves. And I think it goes last map. If I can get this tool to work correctly. No, I can't get it to work correctly. We'll just do 4-2. But I think mates get the upset on Thieves. And I think Thieves get top 8. And it's blown up territory for Thieves. And again, we'll talk about that in the next video. Yeah, Damon, the schedule is really interesting on day 1. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, here's a fun one. Optic Texas versus Oma EU. This is a fun one because I think there are a couple of potential maps Omid could take off Optic, but I think the Optic boys will. Here's the thing, is Omid's not really going to squeak by anybody. They're not really going to be a surprise coming into this. There's a lot of tape on how they play. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? They've been a squad now for a minute, especially under Ben. They've been really good, but there's a lot of tape on how they play. And I think they'll take a map off Optic. Optic are way too good in these early situations in brackets. And I think Omid EU will get top 8, which is a tough draw because I think if they had played like Mates or Thieves or Falcons, I think they have a chance. But I think the Omid EU guys will finish up with a nice top 8 at EWC, make some good money, and then a bunch of those guys, and maybe their coach too, will go to the league next year, which will be lit. Falcons, Mates. I'm a big believer again in Falcons. I think they looked great at champs. I think Luca got the opportunity to finish off this season strong, especially with MC as well. Exon's, I think, very much playing for a spot next year. I really like this squad. I think G2 will take a map off of them. But I'm just not convinced by this G2 team from a slaying standpoint. I think Falcons walk them pretty decently. And this sets up a really good top 4 to me, which is FaZe versus Mates and Optic versus Falcons. So let's start with the top side, FaZe versus Mates. We saw this matchup quite a bit a few events ago. And that was against the Gentleman's crowd. And I think FaZe is going to look for revenge, especially with how that series ended. Mates, the question mark for me is with the rumored roster changes coming to Mates. How do Estriel, how does Dante, how does Dan Ghosty play on this team? Because we know Joe will be on the squad next year, but everybody else, I don't really think is a certainty. Whereas with FaZe, I think there's a very good chance that they're pretty much just, kind of in smooth cruise control, probably not really going to make a change to going to next season, having won champs. I think this one is a mixy one. I think FaZe will get the revenge on Mates and make it to the grand final in what I think will be a very fun matchup on Sunday. And then we get to Optic versus Falcons, which we did see at the losers finals at champs. And I think the same issue will play out in this one, which is I think Falcons are good, but I don't think they're good enough to beat Optic and FaZe. Unless Exit is like popping off. So I'm gonna give Falcons 2 maps. But I do think Optic will do enough to get by. I just don't really. I think Falcons to me feel like 3rd, 4th. And that's fine. That's a good way to finish the season. And we'll talk about it more in the WrestleMania video tomorrow. But I think that again, I think there's a good chance Falcons are like the 3rd best team at this tournament. which gets to our third place match, Mates versus Falcons. I would like to go crown cheese here, but I'm actually going to go the other way. I got Falcons taking this one in a last map situation. I think that Falcons are showing that this AR duel of Mo and Cell is one they should build around for the future. I'm not really sure what they'll do with the SMGs, but I think Falcons will finish off with back-to-back top fours, specifically getting top four, or specifically getting third. And I think that is like if you're Falcons, like you probably want to win a championship this year, but if you told them in the middle of the year that they were going to finish the season getting third, I think they probably take that. And I think they take that optimism into next season where they build upon that. And then it gets to the classic matchup, which would be awesome to see the end of the season, our last game of pro style, pro level Black Ops 7, FaZe versus Optic Texas. Now, we saw this at Champs, and it was a very close series. They split the respawns, and FaZe won 3 round 11 S&Ds. I just don't see that happening again. My concern for Optic in this series is a couple fold. And I've been talking about this on stream because I kind of put together the data on, but like their S&D stats in grand finals this year are not great. Their attack, their offensive rounds are really bad in grand finals relative to how they play in normal LAN rounds. Their post-plant win percentage is significantly less than 50% in finals, and in non-finals closer to 80%. And the other problem outside of S&D is that generally this team has had a problem slaying in grand finals. Merc has been very poor in search relative to the non-finals, but there's like an obvious way for them to clean this up. I think that they're going to play like close respawns with FaZe. It's got to win a couple of searches. So I think this one goes last map. And I do think that ultimately Optic will take it. They'll ice up and get it done and feel like they finally got some momentum going into the year. And I think the FaZe guys will feel like, okay, 1-2 events, came up short in the third. But I think Optic, if they just clean up the searches, I think it's there for them. But they may not. And it might play out the way we've seen a lot of the other finals this year, where if they can't crack it in S&D, they better hope they split the respawns. Otherwise, I think they're going to lose a final once again. Yeah, this is what I got. I got FaZe getting second, Optic getting first, Falcons getting third, Mates getting top 4, Thieves getting top 8, Omega getting top 8. And then the only real surprise I would say on the bracket side is Toronto getting grouped. I think that's kind of the end of that at that point. And the rest of it really is kind of straightforward. So that's my prediction for how the tournament will play out starting on Wednesday morning. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. And as always, guys, we'll see you on the next one. I fly out later today, yeah. I fly out later today. Groups get wonky? I mean, yeah, that's why I picked one upset. I just think a lot of the other teams are not good, but I think it's going to be lit. What if someone in Big Ducks first round? Yeah, well, see, that's the part I can't really account for, though, Damon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really account for, like, how the draw situation works. We'll see, though. Like, if you were... Well, here's the thing is, I don't think you... The way it was shown to me is I think you guys can't... Let's say you guys go 3-0, 3-0. I don't think you can pick a team that went 2-0 in the other group, right? You can only pick a team that went 2-1. I think that's how it works, right? Like, so you could only choose from 2 teams. You wouldn't be able to just, like... Be like, if you're Optic, yeah, let's play FaZe round 1. That was in the rulebook I saw. That what CDL Intel posted. Because I thought it was the other way. I thought you could pick up anyone in the group, in the other group, but apparently you can't. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't think 3-0 matters. It does. It is map. It's map differential first. So if you go 3-0 3-0, unless like 2 other teams go 3-0 3-0, you're guaranteed top 2 seed. And then there's a like how much you won by mathematical fucking fugazi they do. It's a second tiebreaker, then third tiebreaker is just like coin flip. No, it entirely depends on how you play in groups, Scott. Here, CDL Intel posted it, bro. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me find it. LAT been looking at scrims? I have no idea. Here's what CDL Intel posted. My flight's not till later. It's the 4 upper bracket teams that keep people that go 2-0 will be ranked the following way. Game win loss differential in all matches played within the group stage. AK, if you go 6-0, you're probably checking this. And then there's win quality quotient, which is got a big problem because what if your score differential is 0? Then you're multiplying by 0 and everything's fucked. So like, should be, maybe this formula doesn't really work in that situation, but we'll see what happens, I guess. How does frequency play? What I heard from talking to pros, and maybe Damon could back it up, was, it's what you think. You got to make sure you hold aside on the 2 middle hills. Otherwise, it just turns into a pinch fest. You got to make sure you have good tropes because you can bank nades deep down those hallways like you could in the last time we played that map. So making sure that you use your trophies effectively, but like to Damon's point, like you can play like you did back in the day, bro, with the choke points. You can play hills from the back, from the front. Like teams, if you front run that map, like you can cook people. You know what I'm saying? Like you could back in the day on that map. So there's 1 bad P3 spawn. 2. Like where's the bad P3 spawn? Is it in the back or is it in the front? Is it like on the back side of the hill or is it on like the front side of the hill? You'll see it happen this weekend? Okay. We spawn in the hill? If what? They spawn next to each other near the silos. Like parallel? In the corner? That's weird. Hopefully they fix that. And sometimes P2 spawn in red window. Jesus, right next to the hill? Okay. Hopefully we had more time. They could have fixed that, but I'll watch some challengers play it, and I think it looked pretty good. It looked like you could play it a lot like you played it in the last game, which is like, you could like on P4s, like you could spawn trap pretty hard. The like you can like spawn people like this does you could play smart ball and like it plays out. How could your score differential in search wins be 0? Well, I'm saying in like hard point. What if you would perfectly, I don't know, have like 600 to 600? 600 minus 600 is fucking 0. The easiest way to fix this, listen, chat, the easiest way to fix this is anytime it's 0 is 1. It rounds away from 0 to 1 in either direction, okay? You know what I'm saying? But then you wouldn't win. Exactly. You could shithouse your way to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. This win quality quotient thing, I think, is probably not going to come into play, but we'll see. Day with the 15 months, you think cheaters are killing COD? Cheaters kill every fucking video game, so yes. What do I think Miami does? Like in roster mania? You're asking like a roster mania? I'm not sure. I didn't really add them to this list. But like, I don't know. Because I think they're, from my understanding with Miami, they don't pay that much money to their players. So they're going to lose everybody, and then I don't know. They may fall to the bottom of teams. That's why I didn't really list them here, because I have a feeling they're not going to be a top 6 squad. Yeah, Damon, I agree with that take. Like, if people gas this game up, we'll see. But we're going to talk roster mania in a bit, chat. I got to record this video for tomorrow, but this is more my like roster mania outlook shit. Yeah, but like Damon's talking about if the game is good, not about if the competitive year was good. He's talking about like if the game was good. And like I think the problem with this fucking game, same problem last year, is like, bro, it's just turn your brain off and fucking run and do shit with your team. And when you get 2 dead, fucking ape. And like don't be slow hammies on the fucking map and just camp corners. Like there's no like, I'm not saying there's no strategy to it, but like, oh, what do you mean then? You're just saying like, I thought that's what you meant. Oh, you're saying, okay, then yeah. I mean, yeah, overload spawns are fucking horrific. You and I have talked about that quite a bit in this fucking channel. That overload spawns are fucking dog shit on this game. Holy shit. I think we just also didn't get great maps this year. I think this year could have had much better maps. We made some changes, but like overload map pool was kind of so fucking mid all year. I'm watching LCQ and they're just playing Scar Overload in every series. Like we really did not get great overload maps this year. I think that didn't help, bro. Search map pool? Yeah. You retry Plaza, that was interesting. Hey, what are you complaining about, Gio? I'll say what we'll remember this year for. What this year will be remembered for is that we had a lot of really good parity. This was the big Gentlemates breakout year. We had a really banger event in Paris. Champs was like pretty good. We had 2 dream hacks. Like I think people will look back at this year and be like, the events were good. Like the events were bangers. I don't think people are gonna like say online comp is memorable this year, or like whatever. But like the events were good. Viewership down? I don't really. Is it down? I don't really count champs like grand final peak doesn't really fucking matter to me. That is a product of following up the World Cup. I think the one context of viewership, and this is just a general market thing, is we live in an era where across esports, people choose different ways about how they want to watch content. And at the end of the day, the watch party is segmenting viewership across a lot of different channels, which is fine. That's fine. That's just where there's nothing you can do about it. That's where content is going. That's where content is going in sports as well. And it's more about how the league and the brands and the partners and sponsors want to navigate that space. I'll tell you guys, because we talk about these type of topics on this stream that you won't hear about on other streams. I'll tell you right now, is like in the last 18 months, there's been issues in this specific ecosystem about the commercial element with regards to watch parties versus the main broadcast, and like people are competing over the same sponsors. And that is going to continue to be an issue. I've tried my best to flag of like, hey, for years it was going to happen. We can do a good job of going together to market, but I can't really get other people to agree on that. And there's some politics at play. But at the end of the day, the viewership is good. I think like Tom's viewership's been really good this year. I think my viewership's been really good this year. So I can speak for like my business in the flank. Like it's been a good year for us from a growth perspective. So I think online will be better next year. Yeah, if what I've heard is true about the online format next year, it should be better. If it happens. And nothing happens until it happens, but I hope so, Damon. Because a bunch of these owners are fucking fugazi, so. Yeah. We'll see where people go, but like, I'm just hoping that from what I've heard, chat, is that we will have a more thorough preseason this year, which is understandable because, again, GTA is coming out in November. It's going to be very competitive. And then we'll start around the same normal time as last year, with more, again, and we had Daniel on a few months ago, if you guys remember, and what Daniel talked about was, hey, we want to try and make more online matches that like matter. And I'm hoping that they check that box. So I don't know if Kayson's doing a tournament this year, to be honest. I don't know if he is. We'll see. I don't know if we're doing one yet. It's too far out at this point. I know obviously we want to. It'll probably, if we do it, it would be like some point in October, but nobody wants to watch 5Ks. I'm going to be honest. The pros don't want it. They would take a pro-am, but I don't think they want to sit there and play 5 rounds for shitters all afternoon and be checked. I think they would want an open bracket format where open teams qual in and then they play like groups or some shit. But nobody wants like to play hackers and cheaters and deal with fucking like bullshit tournament admins for like 5 rounds. So. 5Ks were fun to watch. They weren't, though. You're just speaking about nostalgia. Them shits were not fun to watch. I'm telling you right now, Damon played in them. Bro, here's how the 5Ks played out. I'm going to tell you right now. People were bored on Saturday afternoon. They watch top teams play randoms for like 6 hours. Then all the pro teams would host fucking time torch each other. And then complain about each other's hosts for another 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, like the viewership was good. But like, I don't think like people enjoyed playing those. I don't think there was a lot of enjoyment going on. Yeah, streams are crazy if you're on Optic. It's free money in the Optic camp because, you know, especially when those are getting played in the winter. There's no other bullshit going on. But I think the best way to do it is have an open bracket challengers thing. You call in like 4 teams, then you can do, you know, a pro-am. The problem with doing a pro-am format is like pro teams are not going to want to play Omit EU on like 90 ping across the fucking ocean. So like, is it just going to be NA challengers teams? You know, EWC going to be a movie. I think EWC will be good. Yeah. The only thing with EWC is that I think the schedule decisions are a little sus on day one. I don't quite understand how an hour and a half is going to be enough, or an hour and 15 minutes is going to be enough for time in between matches with 6 matches on day one. And I think we're definitely not ending till midnight there. Day 2 will ideally be a little bit smoother with multiple stations, but again, it's still 6 match windows, so who the fuck knows? And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think will be pretty clean. But just expect delays in the first 2 days. But there's always delays the first 2 years of EWC, and I expect the same on this. Yeah, Tom and I basically are like if day 1 and 2 run too long, we are not doing a flank. I'm letting you guys know now. Tom and I talked about this. We're going to play it by ear the first couple of days, but don't be surprised if we only do like 3 flanks this week, because like legit, if Tom and I are streaming from like 3 to midnight, like there's no shot, bro. Like we wouldn't leave the venue to 2 a.m. I don't think either of us are down for that. So we're going to play it by ear and see how it goes. But I just letting you know, like there's a chance we just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows. The BO7 time slots. Hour 40 minutes. That's optimistic. That's optimistic. Although I will say they're projecting that based on it going 5 maps, which we'll see. Why can't we ban auto aim? Why the fuck we need to ban auto aim? Why the fuck will we do that? Hold on a second, chat. What time the matches start on Wednesday? Bro, they just messaged me. EWC just messaged me and said, hey, so you guys are flying in Tuesday. By the way, you can't get to the venue until Wednesday. We'd have to set up Wednesday morning. So I'm seeing if that is if we can maybe, you know, not do that. I'd prefer not to have to get to the venue at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. No, it's already set up. Tucker, so let me explain the setup situation. So their PCs are already set up. There's already streamer setups there. The problem is that I need to build the scenes. I need to do the mix. I need to test all the outputs. I would prefer to do that on Tuesday and not get there early on Wednesday. Yeah, they have techs on site. That's what they're telling me right now. So we're just gonna have to get there early on Wednesday. Nah, it's not that bad. We'll make it work. I don't think I think we'll be fine because we don't really have to do all the audio and stuff. You buzzed my hair when you got here and my clippers overheated because of the voltage. That is tough. Wait, so like, is it like fried? Like, are you cooked? Yeah, I saw the Soka Shifty shit. It was pretty funny. Some Asian lady finished the other half. Well, okay. At least you figured it out. Oh, listen, at least the setup is so Tucker sent me a video of the setups. And they look good. It's basically like it looked like 4 monitors. Justin, it looked like it had 4 monitors in what Tucker sent me this morning. Tucker and Sala sent me a fucking video. It's like, bro, Tucker sent me a video, then Sala's in the end. I'm like, what the fuck, like. No, I know. Actually, Turtle sent an updated one with the correct timing. But anyway, I just have to load. I just have to load my OBS config and just install a bunch of stuff. Okay, barbecue in Paris. I mean, Justin, we're going to dinner tomorrow if you're not busy. Fuck, what are you doing tomorrow? 7:30 is when I booked dinner. Obviously, we might pivot, but is there even good Korean barbecue in Paris? I wonder if there is. I mean, Justin, I'm down. Here's the thing is like, we have long days. So like here's the situation for us with regards to food. We have catering at the event. So there's a good chance that like, unless the catering's asked, that like, especially on like a Thursday, we'll probably just eat dinner at the venue. But on like Friday, I'm down, you know? Wait, Justin, text me what hotel you're staying at. Because you might be at our hotel. Everybody's at like, I think 2 hotels. Unless you're at a different one. I don't know what that means. What the fuck is a tower? It's a giant city. I don't know what the fuck that means. Why are you so then if I know why are you so deep downtown from the venue? They booked you fucking deep. Because the venue's basically on the southwest side of the city. Or yeah, I think southwest. Yeah, they got pretty far, but you know how it is. They got shuttles and shit. No, MC is not going to get sold. They will keep MC. Well, I don't know why they would sell MC. The thing for Falcons is this, bro. Bro, the thing for Falcons is this. What are they going to do with Exnid? Like, are they going to continue to build around him? Do they build around Knox? Like, what's the situation there? And they want to bring Mo back. So, I think they're in a very good spot where they can go in a lot of different directions. I think their team is like, they can build a team that's a team if they do this the right way. I think Falcons actually are in a good spot going into next offseason. Dinner on the Eiffel Tower? I think we're going that one, Chief. Me, Tommy, and Mitch in Asim Ada spot last Paris event. That was this cafe that overlooks the Eiffel Tower. During sunset, it was actually lit. It was good. I had a Hugo Spritz, nice Caesar salad. I had a tartare for dinner. I want to get Z to try terrine, but I don't think he's gonna like it, which would be funny. I don't want to just order a terrine and then like Tommy, I don't think Tommy and Z are gonna like terrine, bro. You have to get Tyson's for the major? Yeah, no, the AC situation was. If he's fading, he'll eat anything. I don't think he's gonna eat terrine. I don't think Tom likes pate, so like. Terrine's just weird, bro. It tastes good, but like, I don't know if Z and Tom are down for that shit. When are we getting coffee? I'm done any day. Listen, Justin, like, I'm done any day. And scroll up. Oh, the other thing is just the optic one, but I've talked about this. Like, I don't know what optic's gonna do. They could stick, they can make a change, who the fuck knows. This is like, we did this earlier this week. I was like trying to do my like blind, like, let me try to make some like predictions on WrestleMania next week. I think optic just run it back. Try and drop Damon. Fuck no, what? You need a Luxor marg? You want your $3 fucking margarita? Those were good though. I will say that was the one nice thing about the Luxor. $3 fucking margs. Are Thieves not the biggest wild card? No, Thieves are cooked. I'm gonna tell you right now, Thieves are cooked. I think Thieves for sure will be. I think Thieves for sure will blow up. So then your point, Damon. Like you and FaZe, here's how I see it. I think it's a good point. You and face stick. I think then this situation is the most interesting one between these 4 teams. Why are Thieves cooked? I think that there'll be too much outside interest and too many other people telling Scrap and Paco that it's just better to leave Thieves, that I think they'll end up just going their separate ways. I think there's going to be too much outside combos and too much, like, people saying that those situations are better, that I think those guys will end up dipping. And then Thieves will rebuild, which will still have a good team. What's good, Astro? So. But I think it's tough. For Scrap and Paco, I think getting back-to-back bad chance placing, so. I think Genomics keep Dante. I think there's a good chance they don't. My prediction is, the more I've been thinking about this, I think there's a good chance that Joe might be the only person that sticks. The more I think about the Jumpmate situation, the more I realize that, like, they may be like the pace setter in roster mania, because they may look at a bunch of other stuff. No, 1 second. This is, I gotta respond to EWC thing. 1 second, chat. No, they're trying to coordinate pickup shift for tomorrow. Need our flight info. Rafi is selling him to Norway. It's gonna pay. Ethan will. No, the catering question is not crazy because we have long days. Ethan will go to a top team. I think Rafi is obviously trying to maximize the exit on his part, but I think ultimately he'll sell them to wherever they want to go. But, like, I would take Rafi to understand Rafi's perspective. Rafi's trying to maximize the money that he will make on the exit of selling those 2 players. Because he Scrap, Paco, Joe, and Ethan. I'm gonna put this out there. I think there's a chance that Paco and Scrap don't team together next year. But we'll see. It's possible that they decide to keep it together, but I don't think that's auto lock. Lurks is very much locked in right now, and I find it unlikely that someone will pay the money required to unlock him from said contract. I think in order at the moment to get Lurks, they want to have someone pay a 6-figure number. And I don't think that Lurks is worth 6 figures. I think Lurks is worth maybe half of that. So, yeah, I think he might be cooked. Core Boys are going to EWC for COD? I have no idea. First time I'm hearing about it. But they're going to EWC next week? Of course. So I'm going to see fucking Ron and Jason running around the venue. Here we go, bro. Here we fucking go. Ron's going to start clip farming. Yeah, here we go. Wait, which Core Boys are going? All of them? Or the whole squad? The whole squad? Jesus. Okay, well. Ron not clip farming. He is the clip. I mean, yeah. Mythics to the Ravens. I think there's a chance that Mythics ends up on Toronto Ultra. KOI, whatever the fuck they're called. Ultra is going to make a very aggressive play for one or all of the EUs. So we'll see. Where does Caesar go? Well, Caesar is a great guy, but this season was very poor for Caesar. And I think he's going to need to really make a life decision of look, I just don't think that he's going to get a chance on like a top 6 or a top 7 team. So what does he want to do? Does he try and create a good situation on like a Carolina or a Vancouver, which is possible because I think that if one or two of those spots sells, I think they may pay decent money. But I do think that Caesar's also going to have one eye on like what's next, you know, because after his playing thing, I think Caesar could very effectively move into management if he wants to. So I don't know, but I think Caesar will get a league spot next year. I just don't think it's going to be on a top squad, or at least like an on paper top squad. You know what I'm saying? How many other challenger teams other than Rafi and Omen have a team culture and work ethic? I don't think any of them are like, are you trying to compare them to like FaZe? I don't think any of them are going to that crazy lengths. You know what I'm saying? Do I think some of them are like locked in, like they don't chalk scrims? Yeah, they're probably like a couple. Millennial, that's not true. I think if the pimp wanted to leave, they would let him leave. They're not going to hold him. But I also don't think Chris is going anywhere. FaZe just won. They're not going to probably make a change. I think FaZe will stick. They have a very good team for next year. Their ARs played amazing on LAN all year. Simp had an insane final event. 04. Like, their whole team played really good by the end of the year. Like, so. Exit said last stream in the off season, he will study English in private school in Saudi. I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah. But I also think, like, bro, I think people overblow the accent shit. Maybe I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just being a prick, but like, I honestly don't. As far as prospects go, I still think Exon is a good prospect. He's got to develop in year 3. But like, watching him play, like, I see it. I see the potential. Like, I don't think that he's like dog shit. A lot of people come on my chat and say Exon sucks. Well, I don't think he sucks. I think the thing for Falcons is like, what do you want to do next year? Because ultimately, if you want to win and he's on the team, he's going to determine whether or not that happens or doesn't happen. So like, I just don't know. My guess is that they lean into the trio of Exton, Mo, and MC and get one, and they'll be very good next year. But we'll see what happens. I just Falcons are also unpredictable because they could just wake up one day and be like, yeah, let's just fucking spend stupid money and just make whatever team we want. Like Falcons are just they could just snap their fingers and just weird shit can happen. So, but I still think Exton's good. I guess communication's getting better. So, where's Neptune go? Ooh, that's a great question. Neptune and AG are both in very interesting spots. And I would say that I think Nep is probably in a better spot than AG is. I think that my prediction is that either Nep or AG will pair with Lurks on Carolina next year. That is my prediction. I think one of those guys will get the Carolina spot. With Lurks, I don't know who their ARs will be, but I think that is the move that will happen. What happens to the other guy, that I don't know. But I think only one of them will be able to get that. I don't think they're going to, unless AG finally decides to become an AR, which would be a great career move if he wants to try that. But do you think they'll take less money? I don't really think they got a fucking choice, to be honest. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't think they got a fucking choice. I think the way and the new roster mania site will be up. I talked to Juan, the guy that runs rostermania.com. I think it'll be up after EWC. I can kind of do the musical chairs to you. I just don't see Optic Phase would not pick up either. Thieves, I don't think would, but I wouldn't rule it out. The more that I've thought about it, it's possible one of them goes to Thieves. Mates, probably not. Falcons, probably not. Considering both of them were linked there and one was on the team. I don't see it. Toronto, I don't think so either. So that really leaves Miami, Carolina, Vancouver, Boston, C9. Miami, Carolina, Vancouver, Boston, C9, and G2. So G2 are hard to read. I don't really know what they're going to do. Nissim getting dropped? Yeah. I think Nissim, there is a chance that they loan out Nissim or do something. I don't think his spot is guaranteed. I got to be honest. He actually has to play particularly well at this event. I think he is one of the more under fire players going to this event. I think he had a really good Major 3, but he had a very poor champs. And I got to be honest, he didn't play great at Major 4 tournament either. I think that he's got to lock in here because he might be like only bro. You know what I'm saying? And they may look to get into a better situation. Hold on a second. They're not going to drop Merc for scrap. That's not going to happen. They're not even going to think about that. They're not going to do that. They will not drop Merc. And I got to be honest, I don't think that Brandon Ernie duo is not, those two guys are friends, but they should not be teammates. I think, unfortunately, that duo, I think they could be good, but Ernie's going to need to be willing to pull out a sub. And I don't see why you would go in that direction. I think Merc was fine this year. I think what Merc needs to work on, like, I'm going to give you just my straight up on Merc. I think Merc had a good year, but I think there are, in particular, watching him play, in all of the anecdotal stories, I think line up that he's a very talented player who I think gets visibly frustrated when things don't go his way. And he's 23, he's young. But, like, I think it does feel like at times he doesn't feel, it looks visually like he doesn't have a great outlet for the frustration that happens if they don't win a map. I also think that, unfortunately, guys, he has been very poor in S&D and grand finals, and it's very hard for them to make up this delta. This delta is unacceptable, actually. And this is not a small sample size. But the fact of the matter is, in non-finals, on land this year, he has like a 1.5. And then on land in grand finals, he's got a 0.87, like in S&D. So there's still things for him to clean up. It's his second year. I wouldn't draw Merc, though. You go draw Merc, and like he's going to go end up on Thieves, and you're going to regret that fucking decision. I don't think they do it. I think, to be honest, if I had to make a prediction, I think Scrap is going either Falcons or he's going to Gentlemates. And the more I think about it, the more I think he goes to Gentlemates. But Kyler to 0.7. I know, but they all fucking suck in S&D in grand finals. None of them outside of Ant with a 0.97, like none of them, you know what I'm saying? None of them have been that good search on land, bro. There are 3-11 S&Ds on land this year in grand finals. That fucking sucks. That's unacceptable. That's legitimately just no way you slice it. We can't be going 3. We can't be that ass in S&Ds in grand finals. Falcons have overplayed in every esport. They're doing horrible. They're not throwing 4M at CDL. What makes you think they're going to throw 4 million in CDL? What makes you think they're going to throw 4 million? All it would take to make a super team, really all they got to spend is 2 million in salary. That's it. That's, I think, the number. If they want to make a super team, it's 2 mil salary. That's it. They don't got to spend 2. No CDL team is going to exceed, collective amongst players, no CDL team is going to go max like 1.5. So maybe less if they're actually smart about it. But yeah, it just take 2 million. 100%. At 1 3/4 might maybe be enough. It depends, but 2 mil would like make up the delta in prize money and like. I don't think Scrap, Hydra, and Joe is a no-brainer, and I also don't think it's a guarantee that happens. Towards the $2 super chat. Crazy how high and could cause chaos with 2-3 phone calls. What do you mean? What was that $2 super chat? I don't know what you mean by that. Ant's not leaving Optic, bro. He's not going anywhere. So. Are you saying for them to make a change and do this drop Kyler fucking gimmick? I mean, we talked about that. They could do it. I said the 5,000 IQ play for Optic this year. The 5,000 IQ play for Optic. If they want a 5,000 IQ this, if I were Optic and you actually want to think about replacing Kyler, you need to make sure that coaches can be on stage next year. If you're Optic, that would help you tremendously because you already know that Kyler going out, your communication will potentially suffer. But getting Damon up there, to be able to call out and respawn for them would fucking help a lot. It would also help Falcons with XNID. But like, and potentially if Knox, people want to put Knox in the league, like, but I don't know. Scrap is good comms. Ernie's comms got much better in the middle of this year. But I still think that at times the small talk comes and goes, you know? But he's gotten much better about it this year. No, Falcons are one. Dirk, you don't know ball. Falcons are one of the favorites, and they had a terrible event. Coming in, they were one of the favorites to win. And the fucking Saudi orgs love Warzone. They weren't trying to get last, I'll tell you that. They were one of the favorites coming in. They had a horrific event. Pochettino 4-year deal, yeah, I saw. It looks like apparently Ken Griffin is helping pay for him, which is hilarious. But yeah, I don't mind Poch coming back. Poch, I think the key thing for me is with Gold Cup and Copa America next 2 years is how do we improve the depth on the squad? Because the starting lineup is very solid, but the depth is not, and we need to be able to have options at different positions. I think at striker we're okay. I think at winger we're okay. I think in midfield we're not, and I think at the center defense we're not, and especially at keeper we're also not. So I think the next couple of years we need some help there. Fucking see. Can I fix the Yankees? Yeah. What time's my flight late? I don't fly out till tonight. It's actually perfect. My flight to Paris is when the sun is down. I'm literally boarding the plane and fucking falling asleep, bro. I need to find out. Wait, does anyone know? Okay. I have an so does anyone know this? I have an Air France flight that departs like very late. Like way past dinner time. But it's only like 6.5 hours. So like they're not gonna do like food service at the front of that flight, right? Like they're gonna do it at the end. Like in the last 2 hours, right? The latest I've ever done an international flight is like 7 p.m., which is like around the clock starting dinner. No, that's normally what they do. That's normally what they do. But like they don't, that's why I'm curious that they invert it. That's normally what I've we'll see. I think it may be, I don't know. Ask Claude? I could ask Claude. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the lounge anyway and eat before. Because I'm going to make a BENJ. Listen, I'm going to do a BENJ play. Assuming my flight to Boston is not delayed, which weather in Boston, I could get cooked today. I'm going to go to the lounge and take a shower before I get on this fucking flight to Paris. That's the BENJ play. Getting on an international flight is take a shower before and after said international flight. You feel so much more relaxed and comfortable. And I need to get like at least 4 hours on that fucking flight of sleep. Mostly because I got to deal with fucking Z Carbone tomorrow. But also because, like, you know. Like, it sounds like we're not setting up tomorrow. So we got all day to do shit tomorrow. Wait, Z, should I see if we should get tickets to the Louvre? The museum is closed on Tuesdays. Never mind, we're cooked. GG's. Never mind, we can't do the Louvre on Tuesday. Go to Monaco? Bro, do you know how far it is from Paris to Monaco? Are you... Bro, what? Who... It would take us a whole day to get to Monaco. Like, what? Like, who the fuck do you think we are? Monaco. Go to Dubai, yeah. Tour PSG Stadium? Oh, we could do that. Oh, we could do that. Let's see. Z, you down to do PSG tour? It's only €17. I'm down, Z. I just pulled up. It's €17. We should do it. Then we can hit the store. The problem, Miner, is we can only sightsee on Tuesday. So the Louvre is closed on Tuesday, so we're just cooked. I'm down to do a PSG tour. I mean, it's not that far from our hotel. I just looked it up. It's actually really close to the venue. That's where we're staying, Miner. We're staying in there. That's where we're staying. That's where we're staying. Yeah, but it's like not, bro. But that area of Paris is just like, that's deep from where we're at, though. Also, isn't that place sketchy? Isn't that the sketchy part of fucking Paris? Guys, listen, I don't got a lot of time to sightsee, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck again. The way this is playing out is we literally land Tuesday. Okay, we land Tuesday. We're gonna get into Paris like all settled by like, let's say 1 o'clock. East Coast. We got all day Tuesday to just like, we got like 9 hours to like kill. I already did that last fucking event, though. Maybe we'll do that again on Tuesday. We'll take Z to the Eiffel Tower situation. Because, like, I don't know any other day that he could... Well, I mean, he could do without us, but, like... We did that last event. But, like, we have all day Tuesday. And then, clearly now I got to set up Wednesday. So, I'm... Wednesday, Thursday, we've got no time. Maybe... If we get lucky, Friday, maybe we get out early. Maybe. We got time on Friday. But, like, Saturday, Sunday, we're cooked. Although I will say, like... Loading out, we don't got to do anything. That'll be kind of nice. We can just fucking leave. And then Monday, my flight's at like 11. So there's like no, like we got to go straight to the airport in the morning. Did you guys know, trying to get, bro, the line trying to go through the E-gates, getting, like leaving Paris is fucking bullshit, bro. It's bad. It was bad. Now, I will say, I have Sky Priority, so it's less bad, but it was still pretty fucking bad. The line was crazy long. And I actually spent way more time. I spent way more time, I spent way more time trying to check my bag than trying to go to the E-gates. It was bad. What's Z's role? They told Z to fill out a form, and they told Z to put down his role as entourage. I'm not kidding you. They literally texted us and said, hey, you need to fill out this form to get badges. They told me and Tom to put the influencer job title, and they told Z to put down entourage. And I responded with a picture of Turtle from Entourage. I said, damn Z is. Yeah, we're gonna try and do a flank from the venue. They're aware that we're trying to do the show from the venue. So we're gonna try. I'm just warning you guys though. Yeah, Notre Dame's in Paris. The one thing I'll warn you guys is Wednesday and Thursday are very long days, and there's a chance we don't do shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Just letting you know. EWC Pick'ems? Is there a Pick'ems thing? I've not done that. Is there an EWC Pick'ems thing? Hotel flanks? No, we're not doing hotel flanks. Bro, here's my read on it is we and someone sent a super chat, so I want to read in a sec. The Thursday and Wednesday and Thursday are so long, but realistically we can wrap up the whole group stage on Friday. So like I'm not really worried about missing Wednesday and Thursday shows, but we're gonna try if we can. I got a $5 super chat from Reasons. If Optic make a change, you think they would consider buying out at BZ? Ooh. Maybe. Maybe they'll do it. Sorry, I filled this fucking form, so you guys keep asking me questions while I fucking fill this out. Z, make sure you fill out that, Z, if you're here, make sure you fill out that fucking form. Catering in the morning. They cater 3 meals for us. If you want them. That's nice. They got pizza in Paris? Why the fuck would you get pizza in Paris, Z? What? Yes, they have pizza, but like, why would you do that? First off, Z. First off, Z, I booked us a nice dinner reservation on Tuesday, which we might move back now to like 8, but regardless. We got a good dinner reservation. The thing with this place that I booked is that they have you wanted steak frites. They have entrecote there. So like, which is steak frites. So like, you're chilling. Okay? But like, I want to get pizza and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get pizza, like. You like snails? Yeah. I had, we had fucking, escargot. It was good. I mean, I've had escargot before, but this place we're going to, I'm probably going to get, they have some good, like, seafood appetizers. I'll probably get a salad. And then I was thinking about probably either getting the beef tartare or, there was like a braised, what was it? I'm trying to remember what they had. It was like a braised pork that looked pretty good. I don't know. It was with andouille, and I don't really know if I want that, to be honest. I may just get the tartare, which is fine. Beef tartare is basically a thin cut beef. The way they do it is like in the US they kind of mince it. In France it's like more like slices, but it's fucking good. I got a couple of times. I love beef tartare, bro. Fucking live for that shit. Puckett also sent us a list of places to go to. So Cook PR is insane. What do you mean? Well, like Kyler is good. Kyler's got to play better on Sundays, but Kyler is good. If you don't think Kyler is good, you don't know ball, Dirk. You're a fucking moron, respectfully. Kyler is good. You think Paco's been the best SMG for 4 years? Cap. I think Paco's been good. I think it's clear to me that the best SMG this season was Simp. So, sure. I think, Dirk, your takes have been absolutely dog shit in this chat today. I've seen what you've been typing, and I think you might need to check what's going on in your skull. Absolutely. Oh, bro. I need to do this fucking, bro. Where is Shredder, dude? Chat, I'm in this, this is Sam's This is Sam's fucking this is Sam's Guillotine League that he invited me to. So we're doing a draft right now. If you don't know what the Guillotine League is, basically every week we eliminate the worst team. And then all their players are on waivers, and it's very fun. And I'm up with this last round, and I don't know if to take. I'm thinking about taking either like a tight end or going with an RB2, like going with like Pollard or some shit. Just keep in mind what I'm trying to do with this draft for the starting lineup. I just want you to be clear about the strategy. I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose week 1. All I want to do is not lose week 1. After that, it's luck of the draw on waivers. But week 1, we just got to like make sure we survive. Oh, Tani? Yeah. Okay, wrong sport. But so far, my team is Bijan, Devonta, Zay, and Caleb. I think that's pretty good. I was thinking like, should I not take, like, I was coming into it like, I don't know if I should take quarterback. And then Hurts and Burrow went off the board. And I was like, you know what? Let me take Caleb. At least I can watch Bears games and be entertained this year. I'm trying to pick players on good teams. Although RB2, I don't care. But like, yes, they were trying to argue with me that Zay sucks. In fact, Sam, quote, said, everybody poo him now. But what I have learned is that Sam always shits on my picks and he's always wrong. So I don't understand their Zay Flowers hate. So it's all good though. They legit don't know ball. It was either taking Zay or I was taking Bucky. And my only problem is I have Bucky in like 2 other leagues. I could have taken ETN. I didn't want to take Lamar. I didn't want to take Scat because I don't trust Scat. And then it's like Devonta. Like, okay, Neighbors might not play week 1. Garrett Wilson's on the Jets. Outside that, the rest of it was like question marks. Like Junkins, I would have liked to have come back around, but it was like, I know Zay Flowers is going to be good. Also, I'm trying to pick people that have like good week 1s. Like Bijan's at Pittsburgh. Devonta's playing home to Washington. Zay's on the road to the Colts. Caleb's in Carolina. Like, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose week 1. Just don't want to get last. Yeah, all the Lions players went though. Actually, JMO's still around. I'm hoping JMO comes back around to me. He might not though. Actually, wait, is JMO? No, JMO's definitely still in. Wait, who took JMO? Did JMO go already? Oh, he did go. Oh, never mind then. RP. Oh, JMO's cooked then. Who the fuck picked by Shalt Tootin? Tootin's in a very good spot. I think that was a little bit of a reach, but we'll see. Zoltz, to be fair, I think was trying to go double running back. I'm taking Chase first and guarantee that, like, you know. I think he's playing the Tootin upside, but I probably would have taken ETN. I think ETN is going to win that job. Bucky's good, though, but, like, again, I have Bucky in 2 leagues. I can't fucking pick Bucky in 3 leagues. It's going to annoy the fuck out of me. I have a rule, bro. I just, like, unless it's, like, an undeniable player, like a top 5 player, I really just don't like owning, like, one player in 3 leagues. Chris got screwed. Chris should have been Team 1 All-Star. He got fucked. I think everybody universally can agree on that one. I think Chris got screwed. Is it a real live draft? It is our real guillotine draft, yeah. But I run the bathroom, quick check, quick commercial break. I'll be right back. We're gonna stream for another like 2 hours before I gotta leave. But quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Oh, I've successfully run out of food in my fridge, so it's time to order lunch. It was literally not. I actually did a good job of going to the grocery store like a week ago and eating subsequently all the food in my apartment. So now I have nothing. It was great because then I have nothing to throw away. So I think we get a honey pimento chicken sandwich and we move. Let me see the RBs. I would say for me right now, no one RJ Harvey. Chuba is not as exciting as, say, Ramondre is. I'd rather take Ramondre over Chuba. I'd rather take Pollard over both of them. But keep in mind, there's a guillotine league. So RB2, I'm just trying to get someone that I know is giving me like 10 points a week because they're going to get replaced. Okay? They're going to eventually be my flex player after like 3 weeks if I do this right. So, Dowdle would be good. The only problem is they got the Warren situation there. But I'm thinking Pollard. Manon guy is another one that I'm like, I'm also thinking about. But I feel like Manon guy might come back around. I don't know. We're going to see what happens in the next 2 picks. Because if Hubbard and Pollard go, then I probably take Dowdle or I take Fannin. But I don't know. I have to basically decide if I'm taking like a tight end or if I'm taking like running back. Scrap and you have done irreversible damage to Paco's rep. No, bro. Dirk, I'm literally giving you a last warning, bro. You're just typing bullshit in here. Dirk. No, Paco's rep is fine. Dirk, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm giving you a last warning that you're literally coming in here trying to rage bait, and like, you're one take away from getting kicked, brother. Because holy fuck. I also got this other draft, but this is the rookie draft. I'm coming back around. I'm thinking about taking Okonkwo or I'm taking Mike Washington. I don't know. It's weird. This adds all the like free agents in here. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about this. I haven't really thought about it in this league. Take Chig. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro. I'm really thinking about it. Because my tight ends in this league are Sanders, Barner, Fannin, and Arroyo. So like the Barner Arroyo combo and Sanders like okay, but like I would still like to. I wouldn't mind picking up a tight end. So I just don't know if Chig's gonna get to me though. I don't think Pac-Man will take him. Joey might, though. Joey's got Warren and Theo. Puckett might take him because he's got Gasecki, Andrews, and Frywood. So I might be fucked, to be honest. There's a chance he doesn't get back to me. Actually, let me I probably should then move forward here. Hold on. Where's fucking Oh, this is Nub. Oh, Nub's in the third spot. Never mind. Fuck. I had texted Nub, he's not gonna respond. Let me see if Nub's down to switch. I would like to move up, so. If not, okay, I'm gonna put you guys on ball. I'm gonna put you guys on ball. I'm putting you guys on like some real fugazi here. I'm putting you on real fugazi. If I was not gonna take, because I don't know if Trig's gonna be good, but if I don't take Okonkwo, I think I would go Eli. Because he's been getting a lot of buzz, and their tight end room is kind of fucking mid, and like he could definitely pop through. So we'll see. The only other it's like, I don't know. That would be late. I'm not going to pick him now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could take Brazil, but Brazil's fucking like toast now. And I have in the other league, so I don't really want to take Brazil. I don't want to take Delp because I have in the other league. I could go Claiborne. I really need running backs. The running backs in this league that I have are not great. It's Mason, Monongai, Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Sanders Sampson, Bucky, and Ray Davis, and Jarquez Hunter. But like, I kind of need one more. My wide receivers are good. I got Washington, Hutchinson, Traris, Ibuka, Devonta, Matt Collins, Debo, Jamar, Waddle. Traded for Waddle. And QJ. I could use another wide receiver, but I would take him Brazil if he didn't fucking get hurt. Allen? No, Allen went already. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, he didn't. We could. Am I tripping? Or did Cyrus go? I feel like having a favorite team impacts your pick sometimes. Yes, it definitely does. That's why you got to be smart. That's why you got to be smart. Was taking Antonio Williams over Branch? No, I think actually fucking Cap wanted Antonio Williams too. I haven't picked anybody yet in this draft because I made a bunch of trades with my picks in order to get Fannin. I traded one of the picks for, I think. Yeah, the second I got rid of for Fannin, and I think Waddle I traded for with the first in the first round. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, which I was down. Oh, no neighbors. No, I couldn't get neighbors in this league. An aunt offered me a first round pick straight up for Waddle, and I was like, yes. I was like, I didn't even yes keepers. I didn't even think about that one. I was like, Jalen Waddle, 2 years with Bo Nix in Denver is like absolute cook sesh. In fact, I should put my fucking starting lineup right here. Actually, no. That's right. Yeah, it is. I think my lineup is good in this league. I think it's good. I want to dip one of the quarterbacks. But I gotta wait for the right opportunity on that. But like, I think my team in this league is good. I have all my picks for next season. I got rid of a third. I'll probably trade my 5th rounder at some point. What I want to do is flip one of the quarterbacks. So I don't think I can get rid of Stafford. I think he's just going to retire. I don't think I can dip him. Yeah, I need an RB. I just need to find someone willing to like. Who is like kind of thin a quarterback? Cole is. Dak Darnold, Justin Fields, not Cap won't. Cap's got Prescott. Next, Cooper Rush, Lamar. Oh my God, Joey's team is terrible with quarterback. Jesus. But I don't think Joey's gonna go get. I think Joey's trying to tank. Onyx, Daniels, Ewers, Dar Herbert, Bryce, Rattler, Cam Ward, Mahomes, Jordan Love. Why does Bryce have so many quarterbacks? Why does Bryce have 6 quarterbacks? Jesus. TJ I might be able. Who does TJ have? Will Shipley, Brooks, Devin Neal, Jacobs. Bro, I don't like trading with Tej though. He's a fucking... Tej does not do fair trades. Andre Miller. I can't trade with Tej, bro. He's annoying to trade with. Tej only tries to trade rape. Let me order this food. You traded Warren away? I think Warren's aight, bro. Warren is in a forever backfield split. By the way, he's in a forever backfield split, so. I'm in too many leagues this year, chat. You want to see how many leagues I'm in? I'm in 1, 2. I don't know what's going on with this league. This league might be dead. but I'm in 1, 2 dynasty leagues. Lakers is running back. Fugaze Balls is running back. We got this league, which is the like guillotine league, and then my sub league. So what, 6? Probably. Oh, CTE is dead now, so CTE died this year, chat. We cooked CTE. If you're wondering about the status of CTE league, it's dead now. We got COD Stream Talent, who's let's see who's the broadcast for this event. So we got Blaze. Ian Chambers is back, okay. Alan and Jay, Miles and Chance. Enigma's on the desk with and Ali. And then the Bravo stream is Goji, Moore, Bryson, Allen. Okay, yeah. Lit. Good talent squad, that. W. Yeah, I'm in too many leagues, bro. I'm about, well, the one thing I'll tell you right now what I'm working on is once I finish this exercise I'm doing today with Claude about trying to implement Glico 2 into how the predictions work on that site, my next task is trying to figure out if I can build a tool with Claude Cowork that helps me navigate fantasy news and how it implicates all my fantasy teams, because they're all of different statuses, and give me alerts on when I need to like pick up someone like Insta. Nah, Case and I haven't done the 1v1 yet. We'll run at some point. We tried to make it happen this year. For a number of reasons, it did not. Out of my control. It was out of my control. Yeah, I'm gonna record this Roster Mania video. What time's my food getting here? I should probably do it right now. In like 2 minutes, I'm gonna record this Roster Mania video. Market maybe don't do EWC events. They don't do that. So they're done for the season. Dylan already got fired? Yeah. RIP Dylan, man. RIP fucking Dylan. When we won in the beta, it's not even like you can't even play custom games in the beta. How the fuck are we gonna 1v1? Why do you say they're experts? Because one could say that Ant might be an expert. I don't know. You guys agree with that title? Do you think Ant's an expert or no? Yeah, an expert probably. Already do some prize picks? Yeah, I already have some slips in. So this is the one slip I have. I might do another. This is my day one slip is MC Moore maps 1 through 3, Afro Sport Teach Less, 1 through 3 combo, and then Hook Merc Moore maps 1 through 3 combo. So I just did the 1 3 combos. These squares may have moved though. I did this like a couple days ago on stream. So we did this on like Thursday. The beans, I said that I thought that the Ben I thought the Ben 1 2 3. Let me pull it up and see what it is right now. The Ben 1 2 3 is 53.5. I would say he'll probably hit this because C9 is turbo bad, but like I don't know. Savino is awful is just cap, but okay. Gakpo and Savino for the combined one. I am down for Savino. I'm not down for Gakpo, but it sounds like RDZ wants him to come in and play as a number 9. So fuck it, I guess. Back to manager. I mean, sure. It's not who I'd want. I want Oshman, but like whatever, or Marmouche, but like fuck it, I guess. I appreciate it, Cade. Bro, we had a big argument on. I'm about to talk about it in this video that I'm gonna record. I had a big argument with him about Kyler on the podcast like earlier this week or last week. You know, at this point, I might just wait till I finish my lunch. 13 minutes. And it was faded for that. I agreed. I mean, I think Ant was. I think communication is very important. Nice. My flight to Boston just got canceled. Hold on a second. Nice. Nice. I gotta rebook my fucking flight now. Nice. It's a good start to the day. I gotta already rebook my fucking flight. Here we go. It's fine. There's a flight out of Detroit later, so it just gets in 30 minutes later. It's not that bad. Hold on. Not doing Oh, I gotta rebook my flight. I don't want to make this trip super long. Very annoying. There's an option it gave me. I go, there's an option it pitched me. It's like, yeah, you can go Columbus to LaGuardia and then JFK to Charles de Gaulle. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go from LaGuardia to JFK. Yeah, okay. Like, here's the thing I'm gonna do. Like, okay. Fuck, the like Detroit flight that I want to do is like they don't have premium economy. I might just have to do the one out of Atlanta, which is I think because the problem with the Detroit flight is that the Air France is this the Air France flight? Is that why it's fucked on? I'm trying to resolve my flight situation, chat. Hold on. I do the Detroit one. Sometimes it's buggy. I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm trying to see if I can get on this other one that I want. That was available earlier. I want to do the Detroit one. It's like so much better. Let me do that. That a Luca Cell Excellent triple combo. 177 is pretty high though. One second. I'm trying to resolve my flight situation, chat. So like, I'm trying to see. There was an option for me to connect in Detroit, but I don't see it. I think it was I don't think it was like a. Didn't know I knew ball. I just don't want to. Bro, the options you're giving me are so fucking ass. Is the problem. Hold on. Let me see if I can retoggle this. All right, I'm just gonna rebook on this Atlanta one. I get in. I get in. I get in like 45 minutes after like Tom and them do. So like it's not that bad. The only problem is I'm not on Air France anymore, but fine. I'm gonna just switch it to this now so like I don't get cooked. Like other shit gets fucked up. All right, let me finish the check-in. Sorry, guys. Let me finish this. It's always some fucking bullshit, bro. I always gotta deal with some fucking bullshit. Like, fine now. What's with respect to Carolina EWC? I have no idea, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have legit no idea. I don't know. I mean, with Knox, I just generally don't know. All right, so I rebooked, chat. We're good. I leave at the same time, but I get in a little bit later now. But it's fine. Knox, I mean, he's just an aggressive sub player. He's just his English is okay, and Carolina is not that good of a team to begin with. So we just don't. I don't really know what Carolina's going to give us, to be honest. I mean, they would play Toronto first, and I think they probably lose, and they would play the Pity U, and I think they probably win, and then they would play probably G2, and I think they lose that. So. Well, I will say the difference in his rebook now is I have a longer flight there now. Oh. You're feeling Carolina upset Toronto? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I have a feeling Boston beat Thieves now. I think Thieves. Listen, I think the way Group B will play out is I think Optic and Thieves will cakewalk their first opponents, and then I think Thieves are the biggest wild card. I just don't know how Thieves are going to play, but I don't think they're losing to Boston in groups type shit. You know what I'm saying? Is any going to WC? No, I don't think Optic is. I don't think Optic is. I think I think the co-streamers are us. I guess I got a text. I think fucking Aroma is going. I think Abunaj is there, and I think Brox is streaming, or someone from Gentleman is streaming from the venue. Why still little matches in the matches tab? Because I can only populate the first set of group matches. So I don't really know what you want me to do. I can't populate more matches until I know what the next set of matches are. It gets very confusing if I've had this problem and issue before. It gets a bit confusing if it tries to do full predictions down. It's just pointless. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna have it rerun them after Thursday for Friday. Like it'll miss a couple, but to be honest, vetoes are not gonna be accurate anyway, because who the fuck knows who's gonna play like I don't even know how to predict frequency hardpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you can kind of guess, but like it doesn't matter though because you don't know who's gonna win. It's not about the prediction. It's too confusing then. I've had people complain that like then the tab gets too confusing if it's trying to predict matches. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can do this finesse that I'm trying to do. To get on this other flight. What do you mean JJ ending for season 3? What do you mean? What is, oh my, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. Or you're saying you just watched it right now? Oh, it's what's playing right now? Oh yeah, it is that song. I was like, it is that song. It's a banger song. I gotta run back from the beginning. The EWC goodie bag? No, I didn't see it. I'm sure we might be getting one though. I don't send it to me because I don't want to be spoiled. If we're getting one, don't like. Is it good? Like, don't spoil what's in it though. Just tell me if it's good or not. Thoughts on Dante as a player? I think he needs to get more consistent. I think what separates Dante from the more elite flex players is he's just not consistent enough compared to them, and that's the big issue. I think Dante is good, but I just think that he like has too many iffy games. So. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get rebooked onto this. Because right now I'd go Columbus to Atlanta. I'd have like a 2-hour layover, so like I don't think I'd rip the lounge at that point. Unless we get in early. It's possible. What I want to do is then the problem is this Atlanta flight is longer and we get in about 45 minutes later. So like Tom and Z would have to wait, but whatever, they can live. I want to get on this other flight that's shorter, like an hour. And I would get in at the same time as them. Like legit at the same time. Now, obviously, pending, you know, how cross-Atlantic travel works, because it can shift. Ant is not droppable. Did someone say Ant is... How is Shotzi not droppable? Ant would have to be dropping 0.7 to get dropped. What? I don't know how frequency will play out. We'll see if we even get that much. What is going on with my Chick-fil-A, bro? Nobody's picking up now? Fuck my life. Alright, then I'm gonna record this video then I'm gonna record this video then, chat. Should I just do roster mania video now? We need to do this roster mania video. Should I do it now? This would be like the Tuesday, Wednesday video. I was gonna record this after lunch, but it was supposed to be here 40 minutes ago. I don't know where the fuck it is. So, all right. I have everything on here. Optic, face thieves. Then I'll talk about like why Miami and a bunch of them. I don't. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll put it in the top corner for this. All right. Let me record this. You guys know the deal when I record these videos. If you guys sub or resub or super chat, I will shout you out in text, but like verbally, I won't while I'm doing these takes slowly. All right, this is the Roster Mania preview outlook video. I'm going to Paris today. What's up, guys? Benny here, bringing you another video today. I wanted to get a video out this week as kind of a Roster Mania outlook video. I wouldn't say it's like a preview. I wanted to kind of cover what I think are like the big questions around the 6 teams that I think will move and shape Roster Mania. So I'm going to explain who the 6 teams are. There are some teams you may disagree with in the 6, but I want to then cover the 2 or 3 questions and give you my like prediction for what I think will happen with those squads. So let's dive in and talk a little bit about Roster Mania, which we'll be covering a lot in the coming weeks on this channel. All right, so the 6 teams, and I made this document on stream a couple of days ago. The 6 teams that I am wanting to discuss in this video are Optic, FaZe Thieves, Gentleman's Falcons, and Toronto KOI. So no G2, because I think they're going to end up having to kind of wait, and no Miami, because I think they're going to have to wait. 1 second, guys. On August 3rd. Okay. So for G2, I think, and we'll get to it, I think a bunch of players are going to get poached and they're just going to have to start fresh. I think for Miami, same thing. I think Rencor and Super and those guys are going to kind of jump in. I don't really know what Miami is going to do. So for now, I'm leaving those 2 teams out, but they may factor into the Roster Mania situation that will unfold and we'll be covering again in depth on this channel. But these are the 6 I want to focus on this video because I think they will kind of make and set the market. And let's get into the key questions around each squad. So we're going to start with Optic. And as you can see with the big red text here, they are the biggest wild card this Roster Mania. And the reason they're a wild card is because the key question is this. Does losing all but 1 grand final, I'm recording this before EWC, so obviously they could win EWC, cause the team to make a change? And the obvious person they would change based on performance, especially on Sundays, is Hook. But if you are going to drop Hook, or say Paco or Scrap or somebody else, you're going to lose the IGL qualities that Hook has given you over the last year and a half or so since he has joined the team. So I really don't know. I don't know if Optic is going to do it. I think they may think about it, but I think ultimately they will stick. But if they do change, they are going to be a place where every big free agent will think about going, and there'll be a lot of conversations about roles and communication. And I have a question here about performance coaching because candidly, this team has been great on every day other than Sundays. So do they want to try and get that extra advantage in that department? I've talked about this a bunch on stream, but like they're trying out coaches on stage at EWC. Is this a team that if they decide to drop Hook and pick up, say, Paco, do they try and push for coaches on stage to help their communication issues? Optic are a team to watch because I think we're going to know pretty early on in roster mania if they are making a change or not. Like literally, like that Tuesday or Wednesday when I get back from Paris, I think we'll know if these guys are sticking or not. So my prediction is that they will stick, that they are not going to make a change. But they do change. I think for me, Hook seems like a great fit over in the Falcons land or potentially at Gentlemates as far as filling that second SMG role. But I really don't think Optic is going to make a change. I think they're going to stick and just say, look, it was a tough season, but we know we got to work on, we got to get better S&D in finals, and we'll kick it on from there. It looks like they're going to rebook my flight onto the one I want, so let's see if I get it. All right, so now let's talk about FaZe. That was the team that Optic lost to in Grand Finals. And for FaZe, it's been a good year so far. They've won 2 events, a major and Grand Finals. They made every Sunday so far. And obviously, we haven't played EWC yet. So they could win 3 events and be the team of the year. But they're in a similar situation to Optic. It's like there aren't that many upgrade paths. Everybody's playing well at the end of the season. Does Simp leave? I don't think Chris leaves. Are they going to upgrade? I don't think they upgrade. Look, I talked to Crowder, I talked to Paul Hamilton, I talked to K-Son after champs. They're going to do the due diligence and really obviously think about their team after the season because that's what they're all getting paid to do. And obviously for, you know, Paul and Eric Hamilton, like they own the team. They're going to sit down, they're all going to talk about it. But I just think that at the end of the day, they will say, look, we have put together a team that works hard. We know that it's not going to be some insane team online that slays crazy, but we know that we practice and work the right way. And that's important. And we might as well run it back because we just run champs. So I think they will get linked to Scrap in particular. I don't think they'll make a change for the SMGs. And I think Simp's going nowhere, to be honest. I'm not even entertaining that conversation. I think Simp is hard on his team next year. I think that Scrap will get linked there, but I just don't think they'll do anything. The question is then what happens to Aluka? Because if they're not going to make a change and Aluka's not coming in next year, then does he go on another move permanently, or does he go back on loan to Falcons? I think Falcons is a good link for him, and we'll get to that later on in the video. But that's what I think FaZe will do. I think them and Optic are sticking. I don't think they're making a change, either one of those teams. But we'll see. But here's where we get to the interesting part. Now we get to 1 second. So now we get to the interesting part, which is, you know, the other 4 teams, because I think these ones are going to make changes because their seasons have been disappointing so far. Although I think Optic also had a disappointing season, but again, they were like the #1 team this year and just need to bat better in finals. Thieves, look, still VWC. Like they can pull up the EWC and also win. But I do think that there is a conversation to be had about this team reflecting on the fact that Paco and Scrap are going to get a lot of offers from other teams. They just got back-to-back bad placings on this org in big events and including EWC. And if they don't have a big EWC, I think it's donezo. And I think that those two players leave, and I think it's a rebuild. And you got Niam, who didn't have a great end of the year, and I think Niam's got to honestly play good this event, or they may actually go in a different direction with him. And then you're kind of squad wiping and looking to see who you'll build around a BZ. So my prediction is that both Hydra and Scrap are gone. I don't think they keep either. I don't think they keep either, but I just think that those players are just going to dip. Even though Thieves will love to keep them, I just think they're going to get offers elsewhere into better situations. Hold on a second, chat. 1 second, chat. I just got disconnected from this fucking chat. One second. Okay. Sorry, their support is being dumb. So I think for Thieves, then, if those two players leave, it's who to get around Tyler Abizi. And I think they'll probably entertain a lot of SMG options. I think Kyle Kremp, to me, would be probably the easiest no-brainer as far as like value and not having to go through some transfer saga. I could see like Neptune, maybe they think about AG. But then the AR spot this is where maybe they buy out Kips, maybe they get Rencor. Thieves will be a very interesting, and like if they don't win the Scrap Hydra re-sign, they'll be still an entertaining spot for a lot of good players. So my prediction is those two players leave, and then the Thieves rebuild is very interesting to see who ends up going to this team, because there'll be a lot of players linked to the squad. I think really though, roster mania is coming down to what these two teams do. Gentlemates and Falcons. Mates, I'm gonna be honest with you guys about Mates. The more I think about it, the more I think that Joe Deceives might be the only person that is on this team going next season. I think that there is a good chance that all three of Dangosi, Dante, and Eshril are gone. I think probably one will stay, but I think there's a good chance that all three are gone. And I think they definitely do try to pair Paco with Joe Deceives. But I could also see Scrap going here. I could see Ethan going here. I could see Rencor going here. I could see them buying out like Kips from Toronto, although I don't know if Toronto's going to like them going after two of their top players. Keep your eyes on Gentlemates, because if they have a very disappointing EWC, they may like fully squad wipe outside of Joe and just start fresh. So to be fair, I was kind of like maybe Sib and Escher are gone. Dan Ghosty does have history with Hydra and Scrap on last year's Thieves, and they didn't play well at the end of last year. So I don't know where the chemistry's at with all those guys. So just keep in mind, like, Gentlemates, I think will get linked. They're going to spend money. I do think that Paco will join, or Scrap will join, or both will join. I just don't know what combination. I think they'll factor in for the Ethan DK sweepstakes. It's a bit interesting. But they have Joe. They have a good place to start. But they need to have a good EWC. Otherwise, they may go in a lot of different directions here. And then we get to the big money Falcons thing. And I think the key question about all of this is Exon in or out of the lineup? Is Knox in or out of the lineup? Because we know what MC brought at the end of this year. We know what Aluka, who's on loan from FaZe, we know what he provides. I don't think Kiz will come back on this team. So right now, it looks like MC, and I'm going to assume Exon's on the team. So you're looking for two. To me, I think Mo is someone that they should invest in, because if they don't go get Mo, he goes to Thieves or Toronto, and he fried at chance at his first event. That's not a fluke. Like, that kid is good. But who do they want to get for the second sub role? Do they try and get Scrap? Do they try and get Paco? I don't know. Falcons can wake up tomorrow and decide that they're going to get every top free agent, pay everybody the bag, and just have a super team. Or they may decide, look, like, you know, we're going to still like spend, but, you know, we want to keep developing XNID. I don't know what they're going to do. So we will see what happens, but they are going to get linked to everybody. Who their actual team is, I don't know. And then the last team I want to talk about is Toronto KOI. They are basically on the last ride with the Jamie Toby Insight Kleenex thing. I think there's a good chance they don't get out of groups at EWC. And I think they'll get a lot of interest for Kips and Kleenex. And look, is this team going to try and build something, or are they going full Brighton, going full, I don't know, Borussia Dortmund, where they're just a selling club and they're just going to start fresh? We will see very early on this roster mania if Toronto is just fully blowing it up. I think Jamie's gone anyway, or are they going to try and build around Kleenex and Kips and see what happens? So Toronto may be a seller. They might be half and half. They might go up to DK and Ethan with maybe the proceeds of selling some of the players. Toronto, I don't think is going to be the first domino team, but they will get in the mix on all of this. So yeah, these are the 6 teams I think will set roster mania. Again, G2 and G2 and so these are the 6 teams I think that will set roster mania. What happens with like G2 in Miami and Boston and Carolina? I'm not sure. We'll cover that in the coming weeks. But these are the 6 teams and the 6 key questions plus more that I have around roster mania. And I want to kind of set the conversation as we kind of start to look towards roster mania this upcoming weekend. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. And as always, guys, we'll see you on the next one. I think my food's here, chat. All right, W video. My food's here. I'm going to go grab it, chat. Quick commercial break. I will be right back. I need to go grab my Chick-fil-A. Be right back, chat. Bro, chat. So people are mad. Who's mad about the coaches on stage? Who's mad about coaches on stage? What are you guys arguing about? What, in any other sport? Have you ever been to a sport, bro? Have you ever been to a sporting match? Like what? Bro, I've been to plenty of basketball games and soccer games. Bro, the coaches are yelling. The coaches are yelling from the coaches are yelling from the sidelines. So like I'm not fine with it. I'm fine with it, bro. I have literally no strong feelings about coaches being on stage. It literally could not matter to me. And I honestly think that it could make the league more competitive. It would change one of the supposed skill gaps of COD by allowing people to have like more cracked lineups with shittier communication. So I can understand the player perspective on it, but it would also make theoretically the league more competitive. Maybe. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel strongly about it. Am I getting faded on the plane? Fuck no. What? Sorry, I had to text the EWC guys because they're picking us up. They have shells at the airport. I want to make sure with my rebook, that I, can get picked up. Also, I tried to get on this Detroit flight and they hit me with some bullshit that like they can't see. Some bullshit that like they can't see the fucking they can't see it. So I'm just gonna do it at the airport. See if I can get on the Detroit flight instead. Because it would leave later anyway, like it would leave later, but I just fucked up my itinerary though. Hold on a second. Yeah. What are you guys complaining about? Listen, like I said, I am not strong. I don't feel strongly about the coach thing. I understand the perspective on it. I understand, why some people may, not be a fan of it from a skill gap perspective. But I think it's, I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it. I could be convinced either way. I'm down for the debate, is what I'm saying. They make coaches matter a lot more, theoretically. I don't know. Hold on a second. I gotta send. Yeah. I mean, people chat or act like coach is gonna get watched from Codcaster. Yeah, I mean, they're only gonna be able to do so much. I mean, yeah. I mean, Brian calling out for Knox is exactly the type of shit that we'll see. Here's the thing, though, is like that only gets so far because you can call out for Knox like where people spawn, where he saw people, but you can't. Brian's not telepathic. He's not going to be able to call out like what Knox wants someone to do on the map. They can't see the other team's POV. I'm pretty sure the refs will definitely be looking for that. But the job, its point. Like, the only thing that Brian could do... Okay, here's the thing that in a respawn that a coach could do. Coach could call out for a player. Coach could call out if someone throws a nade into, like, hit markers or stuns someone. You know what I'm saying? And a coach can, in the slower moments of a map, help the team understand what's open and what's not getting picked up. But outside of that, like, I don't know what else you can do. I guess you could count players for your team, which might help. But outside of that, like, that's really it. Like, the real communication gap, which is like 3-2-1 pushes, the small talk on like trying to do shit together, on like trying to direct traffic. Like, a coach can't do that. I don't think. I think that'd be very hard to do because you're just not. You're not telepathic at that point, you know. Release my flight logs and in the FC files. I appreciate the $2 super chat for rehab, but so the way it's going to work at EWC is coaches in respawn are allowed to call out during the map. In S&D, they're only allowed to call out in between rounds. I mean, yeah, I can hear their comms from the dugout, but you know, that sure. I mean, but that doesn't really change the situation. Like I said, I don't think, in my mind, I don't think that it's. I think it's an interesting debate. I don't know what the teams want to do. And I think that it might be funny because I could see a world where a couple of the top teams, I'm talking FaZe, Optic, Thieves, Mates, Falcons, like they're on opposite sides of that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it gets very interesting from a debate perspective. I don't know what would happen then. You know? My guess is then if it gets real dicey, then at that point, the side that's like, let's not do it will probably win, but Come on. I mean, yeah, there's only so much X Defiant player you can do. Oh. I don't think people are on tar about. I think the optic conversation is an interesting one. I think a $10 super chat. Hold up. From Rehab. Rehab says, how would you feel about implementing timeouts in COD like a hardpoint coach called 1 minute timeout? Okay. Hardpoint should not have timeouts. I'm not down for timeouts in hardpoint. That's insane. In S&D and Overload, here's what I do. I would allow a team in S&D in the third mode, 1 timeout per series. It's a 30-second timeout. It's a very quick timeout. 30-second timeout. You don't even get a minute. I'm down for that. No, I have no problem with that. 2 timeouts, I think, would be too much. Hardpoint should not have a timeout. That's ridiculous. Wait, 04, but do you know what the S&D strat was, though? Like, do you know what fucking CS teams do? Like, the good CS teams will, after they win a big round, they'll call a timeout and say nothing and just let the other team just tilt. Astral did this a bunch. I've seen, who have I also seen do it? I've seen FaZe do it a couple times. Where they'll call a timeout and they'll just sit there in silence and just watch the other team mauled. Wait, 04, are you in Paris right now? Are you in fucking Paris? Just slept your life away. Brother, why are you taking a nap, bro? Why are you taking a nap? Bro, no way. 04, you know the rule, bro. You can't. Listen, you got to make sure. What time is it right now? Bro, you gotta stay up for a bit, bro. You gotta stay up for a bit. I'm trolling, Ben. Chill. You gotta not get jet lagged, bro. I gotta deal with this with fucking I gotta deal with this with fucking Z. Z's gonna fuck with sleep schedule, bro. I don't want to get dropped. Nah, I feel you on that. You got to make sure you don't get jet lagged in these events. That's a key thing. You don't want to like pre-check yourself. Been on the phone with Paul. No, you know who actually texted me was RJ. That's who I was responding to. It's fucking RJ, bro. And no, he was not texting about you. 04, you're good. Good kid, go hard. Yeah, he's high, bro. RJ's high, bro. But yeah, Chad, I'm excited for EWC. I'm not excited to deal with my flight bullshit today. And that was annoying. Sorry that I haven't been like checked the last little bit here. It was very annoying I had to rebook my flight, but whatever. Fine. Well, the annoying thing too is that is now like I don't have an assigned fucking seat. Sucks. Why do you have a rebook? My flight from Columbus to Boston got canceled. Because I assume it's one of those regional jets that goes back and forth between like Columbus and Boston and there's bad weather. And so I fly around the same time, but I go out of Atlanta instead of Boston. Which is fine, but I was gonna get there before. I was gonna get there before Tommy and I was gonna get there before Tommy and Z, and now I'm getting there after, like 45 minutes after. But I think I'll be fine, to be honest. The only thing we're doing tomorrow is I think I'm gonna book like a. I think I'm gonna book us to go tour. I think we're gonna do like a PSG. I think we're gonna go tour like PSG Stadium. I do a. What do you guys think? Do like a Parc des Princes like tour tomorrow? Then that might be lit, right? And see the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, but if we do the Eiffel Tower, we do that at night though. If you do the Eiffel Tower, you gotta do it at night. Why at night? Because it lights up at night. It's way better. It's also not going to be 1,000,000 degrees. Yeah, it lights up. It like sparkles. Like 5 minutes. There's a whole thing. All right, here's a tech. Kate says it. So once it gets dark, the first 5 minutes, the top of an hour, it sparkles. It's like pretty cool, but after like the first 30 seconds, you're like, okay. But like, we'll go Z at some point. I would say though, Z, to be honest, I'm gonna give you some advice. We shouldn't try to plan any late night stuff tomorrow because we're gonna be very tired tomorrow. We're gonna eat dinner, and I guarantee we're gonna be pretty tired. The big mall. There's a couple of malls. There's a couple of like Westfield malls, like actual malls we can go to. There's like a Grand. I went to it, bro. There's this like the Lafayette Gallery that's like kind of cool. It's just like really cool. Like the roof's really cool. We'd probably go to Westfield if you've never been there. I don't think I went there. I didn't go to Westfield. I don't think we did. I don't know. Fucking, I think Asa might have gone. Well, listen, we're gonna plan. The only thing we're gonna play tomorrow, Z. The only thing we're gonna plan tomorrow is we gotta do the PSG tour, and then we'll do dinner, and then after that we wing it. Because like the problem now is we gotta set like Tom and I gotta set up. We gotta get early on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get there early on Wednesday. Fuck. Yeah, I'm going to Paris. I leave today. Yeah, I'm literally gonna. I gotta leave in like 30 minutes. I gotta pack, chat. Like 30 minutes. I gotta pack. Oh, Z, I had to rebook my flight, by the way. I get in. I'll tell you. The flight's not that bad. I'm gonna pass out. I'm very good at sleeping on planes, and also I'm in premium economy, so I think we're chilling. You haven't packed yet? I'm mostly packed. It's fine. I can. It will take me 45 minutes to pack. All my clothes are folded. Everything's charging. I just gotta literally put it in the suitcase. It's not that hard. The most annoying part is I need to clean the floors, take out the trash. I got some other shit I gotta do, but it's not too bad. I'll live. Z, I get in 45 minutes after you guys. I was supposed to get in like an hour before, and now I get in like 45 minutes after you guys get in. But candidly, it's possible that like with how this shit works when you fly over the ocean, we may end up getting there around the same time. No, I don't need to bring anything in the Pelican. I'm bringing a couple headsets just in case. But like just so we can test them. But I'm not bringing like the Rotocaster or anything like that. They literally have the setup already built. There's lights, there's everything's already there. So I'm just bringing one suitcase. Actually, I might just bring one. I gotta bring, bro. I have this bag. I have this bag of all this shit that Tommy left at Champs that I gotta bring to him. Look at this bag of shit. Tommy left all this stuff. Just dipped from the setup. Never came back after phase 1. So I got all this shit I gotta give him. He just fucking disappeared. I gotta pack that. But yeah, we don't really need to bring any tech gear. Which is nice. Listen, Scrapple, stay with LAT? No, I don't think Ernie's staying. Why don't you just pack your shit up and send it to him? Because I'm waiting on phase, and then we're sitting here like, oh well, I might as well just bring it to Paris at that point. I appreciate it, Red Guardian. But yeah. How long is the flight? Whoa. Give me 1 second. It's gonna take me like 12 hours. But that includes me getting to Atlanta. So the flight to Paris is like 8.5 hours, which is not too bad. Because I will probably get like 5 hours of sleep, which will be okay. As long as I can get 4 hours, I get there at noon, I could stay awake for 10 hours with caffeine. I think we'll be fine. Make sure my passport's not expired. My passport's not expired for like 5 years. We're good. I gotta renew my global entry in August, but That's very simple. I just fill out the fucking form. See you later. Wait, Java, are you going to the event? Wait, Java, are you going to the event? Am I going to see you in fucking Paris? When you say see you later, that makes me think you're... Can MC and Scrap work? Yeah. They can definitely work as a combo. Well, I don't know if I would say MC almost team with Scrap, but you know, he could have gone to Thieves. It's funny because MC just texted me. Oh my god, it's actually insane timing. MC Lloyd just texted me. Yeah, CDO tools is updated, Scotty. It should have. I did an update to how the odds work on this. I'm gonna do one more push with the book odds because I found some. I just haven't had a chance to load them in yet. And I have already done picks. I have a lineup in. This is a lineup. I think LA gives him the keys and he finds a sub replacement for Paco. It's going to come down to, realistically, it's going to come down to where can he field the best team. And I think it's going to be either a Gentleman's, Falcons, or Thieves. Yeah, I'm still in America for a couple more hours. Why wouldn't Thieves just pay him out to stay? Because he's going to want to go somewhere to win. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now what Ernie wants. And whatever team gives him the best chance to win champs. That's it. Obviously, there'll be an amount of money where that doesn't matter. And I don't think Thieves are going to pay him that money. Only one team will, and that's going to be Falcons. But I think Ernie is sole goal at this point is to win champs. Would be my guess. And I'm going to be honest with you. If it's him and Abe trying to find two people on Thieves, I don't think it's going to be as good enough as him going to like team with Joe on Gentleman's. Well, King, I think he's also to blame for them not getting champs. No one's talking about blame. I'm just saying that for Ernie, I think his focus is going to be, you know, his focus is going to be on, you know, wanting to win champs. If they win EWC, then I don't know. Maybe they stick. Owner Scrap can Kleenex get team. Yeah. I'm in the chop. Oh, I'm up in the chop league. I'll get pick. Let me pick. I didn't know I was up. Okay, let's see. Urban and Prescott. Okay. So chat. Do we go tight end or do we go running back here? What do you guys think? This isn't a guillotine league, by the way. It's a guillotine league. So keep that in mind. Do we go? And it's a snake draft. So remember, I'm going to have to wait like a lot of picks here. It's a big league. There's 18 people in this league. So do I go for like Fannin, which would be the obvious tight end pick? Or no, Laporta's still there. Or do I go for the running back? My worry with running back is like, if I wait, my second running back's going to be like Tyrone Tracy, bro. You're like Algier. Whereas a tight end, like I could wait. I mean, who else would take tight end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, what would I rather do? Would I rather get a tight end and just parade that RB2 is just like whatever 8 points week 1 and I stay alive? Or do I go RB and I'll just pick up a tight end when someone fucking gets eliminated from the league? Okay, so here are the RB options. We have Chuba, Ramondre, Pollard, and Dowdle would be the 4. Manon guy, I wouldn't really want to do. RJ Harvey, I really wouldn't want to do. So Chuba, Ramondre, Pollard, and Dowdle. What do you guys think? I was going to say, I hate the Titans, but I think Dowdle, like, okay, let's think about this. There's a guillotine league. So whoever I pick here is probably going to end up being a flex player. Okay? So what I need is someone with high floor. We don't need high ceiling necessarily and low floor. I need someone that, like, I know, like, week 1 and 2 is not going to suck. I don't know. I think Chuba is sketchy. I mean, okay. Here's what I would do. If we pick Rico, week 1 he plays Atlanta, and then he plays New England, Cincy at Cleveland. So 2 of these 4 games, New England, Cleveland, I think are bad matchups. Cincy, Atlanta are like good matchups. Dowdle plays Atlanta. Sorry, not Dowdle. Pollard plays the Jets, Philly, At the Giants, at Baltimore. I'm not doing Chuba. It's pretty much down to these two. That's what I'm thinking, Cade. I'm thinking we go with Pollard. But like then now we're just sitting here like, should I just take fucking Fannin though? Like, should I just take Fannin though? But here's the problem with Fannin is like, I think Fannin, I think taking a tight end here is so dumb though. Listen, I'm going to do, before anyone bitches, I'm going to do Pollard. So I'm giving you guys 60 seconds to talk me out of Pollard. I'm giving you 60 seconds to talk me out of Pollard. Because I don't see, the only other thing I could do is we could do like Marv. Or I could like shoot like one of these rookie bullshits, but I don't really want to do that. I don't even want to do Marv because I don't really like this quarterback situation. Nah, Michael Wilson may be there when we come back around. Yeah, I'm going Dowdle, bro. We're going Dowdle. Or we're going Pollard. Sorry. I'm not going Dowdle. I don't like this split with Dowdle, bro. Ty Spears, Nick Singleton, maybe. But like I think Singleton might be good in the second half of the year. I'm going Pollard, bro. I just need, guys, hear me out. The Pollard play is this. This is a guillotine league. And I think Pollard has good floor. At minimum, like flex once we like pick up people that fucking get eliminated. But like, I don't think anyone here in the running back in this category was like some insane value. And I could have gone tight end, but I got to be honest, I'm sitting here like, as much as I like Fannin, like I can wait and like, you know, we can just get like a whatever tight end here. There's also only one flex league too. So we might want to take tight end in the 7th. I just come back around and like, we'll see. I'm going to be out in week 4 tops. I got Bijan, Devonta, Zay, and Caleb. I think I'm good, bro. I'm big on the Devonta to have a banger year this year. I'm big on the Devonta breakout this season. Zay obviously was disgusting last year. Bijan's him. And obviously Caleb was fucking phenomenal at the end of last year. So RB2 is not make or breaking my fucking team, I'll tell you that. What we want to do is, when it comes back around to what Cade said, this is where we go after your Parker Washington. So like the 6th, 7th round, the 6th, 7th round is where we're going to make the money on this. You know what I'm saying? So Lawrence took Chuba. I just like not a Chuba fan, bro. He's so fucking mid. No, bro. Chuba is just so mid. Carolina plays Chicago. Atlanta at Cleveland. Detroit, Jesus. Philly? Nah, bro. Look at who they play in the first bro. Look at this. The Bears have a good offense. Did Cleveland have a great defense? Detroit has a great offense. Philly are very good. Bro, these first 5 games are like GG game script, like Tuba's cooked. After that, yeah, like it gets easier. But I don't know. Look at the schedule. I don't agree with you. No, I think Pollard's mid. But I just need 10 points for my fucking RB2, bro. We'll be fine. RB2 will be the weakest on my team. There's so many good flex players left here, bro. There's so many good flex players in here. I already see a couple of absolute sleepers in here. And we have hella bench spots, by the way. We have 6 bench spots. Which is insane. I don't know why we have so many, but... Yeah, Dowdle could be good. I just don't like... I'm just not a... Bro, I'm just so like... This situation with Jalen is weird. And also... Like, what do they do with Caleb, bro? Who knows? I mean, people can get hurt. It's the fucking NFL. You know what I'm saying? Caleb didn't play good in his rookie year, but all it takes is for one of these guys to go down and he gets his opportunity and he fucking shows what he had in Iowa, you know? It's the fucking NFL. So, anyway. Am I up in this fucking league yet? God damn it, bro. Bro, Nub is time torching. The Nub is time torching, bro. Nub is fucking time torching. All right, guys, listen. I got to deal with this flight situation. I also got to pack. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Here's a schedule, guys. Tomorrow I will not be live. I am flying to Paris tonight and tomorrow. Okay? So maybe... Tom and I and Z, maybe we do an IRL. I don't know. That's up to Tommy. Let me all need remote help. I bet, Cade. And then Wednesday, we can't set up tomorrow. We have to set up on Wednesday. So I'm gonna get to the venue early on Wednesday. And try and do coffee and cod, but I have no idea if I can coffee and cod on day 1, guys. To be honest, I might be live with Tommy at like 2 p.m. local time tomorrow. But we'll be live Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? I'll be off Monday. And I'm trying to be live all next week because I think Roster Mania is popping off pretty much like instantly next week. Sam just took Marv, by the way. In case you guys are wondering. Sam just took fucking Marv. Which, sure. I will keep you guys posted on timing. Yes, I will be vlogging. And yeah, who's live right now? Who can we raid? Who's live right now? Dylan's live? They had a thing break in their favor. You raid Sam and make fun of him for drafting Marv? I'm down.
Nice. Took 3 bullets to kill me, dude. Sick.
I'm down. Let's raid Sam. Let's raid Sam and make fun of him for drafting Marv. All right, guys, I will be keeping you guys posted when I'm live on Wednesday. Make sure you check out the videos when they go up this week. I appreciate all the subs and the resubs. You guys absolutely popped off. Rehab also, and $2 super chat at the end. I appreciate you guys, the super chats. You guys are awesome. We'll be live on Twitch and YouTube all week. I gotta get ready to hop on this flight, though. So appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all so much. Peace, peace, peace.
Could hear Mike Evans' bones breaking as he ran the route. Oh my God, it's a BENJ raid. What's up, Ben? How we doing, man? It's a pleasure, BENJ. And a resub. Holy fuck.